I'm going to try to replace this wheel well trim. It had some aluminum trim here originally, but it was so mangled when I pulled it off the trailer. So I got some 1x1 by 16th angle aluminum, and I'm going to try to bend it to match this profile. It's going to be difficult, but we're going to add some heat. I'm going to try to make a kind of a form out of this piece of wood. So I'm going to get this piece of 2x8 clamped in here, and we'll draw this shape out on it. Got a couple clamps put in there, so what I did is try to keep this top edge of the board about flush with the bottom of the framing here, so I don't have to cut this straight line. So we can leave that. So I'll go ahead and mark this out. Mark the curve on here. Mark this curve. Not too bad. It didn't have to be a perfect fit, I guess, but a little bit off down here. I think it'll work. I cut a 4-foot section of the aluminum angle, drew a center line on it, center line on the wood. I've got 2 C-clamps, one here, holding it down on top of the wood. Got it chucked up in my Rockwell jaw stand. You know, this thing was pretty, it seemed kind of gimmicky when I first bought it, but I use this thing all the time. It's pretty awesome. And it's got a little clamp here that tightens up, and the 2x-dimensional lumber fits right in here. So I'm going to get some heat, try to see if I can bend this angle down and around. So I've got my Burns-O-Matic torch here. Go ahead and fire it up, and I'm going to try to heat this leg, because this leg actually has to stretch. This leg in here has to bend the easy way. This leg has to bend the hard way, which means it has to stretch the material around the radius. So we'll see how this goes. And I don't really care if the wood burns. We're going to use this fixture twice, so even if it burns a little bit, it's not a big deal. A little bit of weight on it. There it goes, starting to move. Keep following it down with the heat. You want to keep the heat behind the bend a little bit. Alright, so now that I'm on this part, it seems like I'm going to need to get the hammer out. Let's see. It's got a ball peen hammer. Let's see if I can heat it, and I might have to put the torch down. Let's see. what it's doing is it's actually bending that leg underneath there. It's not forming to the wood. Let's see what I can do here. Let me get it plenty hot. Let's see if I can put the torch down and kind of do some hammer blows. Alright, let me get this torch put down. What I need is a dowel to get in there and hit that sharp, get right inside there. So let me grab a dowel. Alright, I heated it up a little bit. I just grabbed a piece of wood blocking here, so I can give it a couple smacks inside here. Can't exactly get that last little bit to form in there. But what I'm wondering is if that's good enough, because we're going to end up cutting it right here. I'm just putting a couple screws in it. So let me hit the other side, heat it up and bent, and then we'll try it out on the trailer. Guys, I gotta say, I think this turned out pretty dang good. So I slanted up in there with my hand, and you know, I kind of took some of the bend out actually that was right here just with my hand. Kind of put some more bend on that side, and I think it looks pretty good for well, we paid $9 for this 8-foot chunk of aluminum angle at the steel shop. You're gonna pay a lot more for that if you get it at Lowe's or Home Depot. But so what I'm gonna do is trim off down here, mark this off, cut it, throw some screws in it next, and we'll see. Now, if I had to do it over and maybe down the road I might do it again, I might go with 1.5 inch angle, because if you look here, it almost doesn't cover the staples that are holding the skin on right there and there. But I'll throw some butyl tape in there, and I think it's going to cover it okay. But if I figure that I'll have a problem later, I might go with 1.5 inch, because it was pretty easy to bend that. So you know, another 1/2 inch on the leg might make it a little more difficult, but I think I'd go with 1.5 inch next time. But it does match my paint stripe pretty good with that thin inch, so I don't know. Anyway, we'll get this trimmed up. So I cut off the excess, put some holes in it for mounting. I'm going to throw some butyl tape on it, and we'll get it mounted in there. Nice strip of butyl tape in there. Now, I considered not even putting any butyl tape, because will that just trap moisture in there? But there's some staple holes here on the trailer that would go up against this, so I think it'd be a good idea to put that butyl tape in there. Let's get it mounted. Well, there it is, installed. I think it looks pretty good. Pretty good, so we'll get our hubcaps on there, get that finished out. Yeah, what was on there before, I don't know if they had a couple flat tires, blowouts, or what, but it was mangled. It just wasn't savable, so I think this looks a lot better. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button. Alright guys, thank you.